Hello, my name is Rachel and this is my channel, The Girl with the Pilates Mat. A very warm welcome to class today. This class is part of our 7-day Pilates challenge. So that's just 20 minutes a day of Pilates to really encourage you to create a nice consistent practice to help you live a healthier, happier life. Now this is day 3 and today we're going to be focusing on a key aspect of Pilates, and that is mobility. So mobility of the joints. It's going to help you feel easier in your body, more comfortable in your body, can help you managing things like lower back pain, hip pain, etc., and just get everything moving a little bit easier. All right, so if you're ready, let's begin. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the mat. We're going to start sitting up today, and we're just going to do a nice little movement for the hips and the lower back. So I want you to let your knees go out to the side and put the bottom of your feet together. Hands around the lower legs, ankles if you can reach, but it doesn't have to be. And then you're going to use your arms to create length through the spine. So we're working the upper body and we're lifting up. We want that sense of really growing upwards with the spine. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, think of pulling your tummy in away from your feet and just rounding your lower back. So we're not trying to round the upper back. We're trying to deepen the abdominal engagement and just stretch out this area that's often very uncomfortable for people. And then as you breathe in, drawing upwards, lengthening the spine. So we're going to exhale, pull the tummy muscles in. Waking up the core, stretching the lower back. Inhale, lifting up. And one more time. Exhale. And inhale, lifting up. Well done. Now let's come into our standard position of neutral lying down. So feet hip width apart, taking your body down. We're going to work on the pelvic curl to get the back mobilized on all the elements of the spine. So palms down. Shoulders are open. We want to think of those shoulders dropping down onto the mat. Taking a deep breath in, we're going to exhale, pulling the tummy muscles in, tilting the pelvis towards your face, and then you're going to peel up. So pressing upwards, finding that nice stretch in the front of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Now pull the tummy muscles in and focus on that segmental lowering down of your spine. You want to try and imagine all those bones in your spine moving one after the other. Deep breath in, exhaling to tilt, and think of lifting up. You'll hear this a lot. It's like a string of pearls. Imagine you're lifting up one pearl at a time, all the way up. When you're at the top, keep the ribs down. So we're emphasizing stretch at this point. Inhale. And as you exhale, relax your chest so you can mobilize the upper part of your spine, coming all the way down. We're going to do 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhaling to tilt. Lifting those pearls up one at a time. All the way up. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale slowly, coming down. So we're using that core to control that movement down. Let's do 1 more. Deep breath in. And then exhale to tilt. Peeling up. Inhale to hold. And exhale. Coming all the way down. Well done. Now we're going to pick up the right leg to tabletop and then the left. So we want to squeeze those knees together, shins parallel to the ceiling. So you want to make sure that your feet aren't too high. And just take your arms out to the side, palms up. We're going to mobilize the lower body now. So we're going to inhale, taking the knees over to the right. Keep your knees together. And then exhale, coming up. So focusing on that rotational movement of the spine. Inhale left. Exhale up. Inhale right. Exhale up. Inhale left. Exhale up. Keep going. Inhale right. Exhale up. Inhale left. Exhale up. Now on these last two, see if you can go a little further, get a little more stretched, and up and over to your left. Good. And up. Now we're going to leave those legs in our tabletop position, and we're going to move on from one exercise we did yesterday, the 100 prep. So we've now got the legs in the air. We're going to keep them bent. We're going to reach our arms up, shoulder blades down, but try and reach those arms further back. So starting to mobilize the shoulders now. So you go as far back as you can without your rib cage lifting or your back arching. Then we're going to take a breath in, and you're going to exhale to sweep the arms forward, lift the head and chest, and come up as high as you can. Arms end up at the level with the hips. Inhale, lower down. Let's do that again. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, 2 to go. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Well done. From here, we're going to bring our arms out to the side. We're going to lower the left leg to the floor. And you're going to reach that left leg out. Now with your right leg, it's up to you what feels comfortable in your body, but we want to extend that leg. If you can straighten it, then that's what I want you to do. But if you tighten those hamstrings, don't worry about straightening the leg, just straighten it as far as your hamstrings will allow. We're going to do circles of the leg. And this is to really mobilize the whole of the hip socket, okay? The hip joint and the spine. So we're going to inhale, taking the leg across to the right, and allow your pelvis to move with it. So we're not going to restrict any movement. You're going to circle the leg down, out to the side, and up. So we're going to do 5. This is number 2. We go left, circle down, out and up. Again, across, down and up. Across, down and up, and across, down and up, back to the start position. Now let's reverse the circle. So we're going out first of all, down, across and up. Out, down, across and up. So the idea is we're circling, but we're not creating any further tension. So just let your spine roll with the leg. Out, down and up. You're going to hold it here, take hold of that leg, and then you're going to take a breath in. Exhale to lift up and just gently pull the leg towards you. Just giving your hamstring a little stretch there. Okay, if your leg is bent, the idea is you're trying to straighten it a little more. All right, and then from there, pop that leg down, bring the other leg in, and let's change sides. So we can extend that leg as far as is comfortable for you. And then we're going to take the leg over to the right, letting the pelvis go with it. Circle it down, circle it out, and the pelvis can turn the other way as well, and back. So we're going to go across, down, out and back. Across, down, out and back. Across, down, out and back. One more. Across, down, out and back. Now let's reverse that circle, going out first of all, down, across and up. Out, down, across and up. Out, down, across and up. Out, down, across and up. One more, out, down, across and up. Taking hold of that leg. Take a deep breath in, and then you're going to exhale, lift that chest up, gently draw the leg towards you, give yourself a little stretch there. Well done. And then bend that leg, bring the other leg up, okay, hands underneath, and then we're going to rock up to sitting. So from here, we're just going to do a little rock forward and back, forward and back. Forward and back. Now each time make it a little bigger. Last one, see if you can rock yourself all the way up. Well done. Okay, come onto your side now. So this is, again, this one is for the hip joint. You're going to work the glutes, but it's going to mobilize all around here. It also helps with the lower back pain. Okay, so we are going to think about being on our side. Think of lifting through here. So we're activating the core. Hands on the hip. And then you're going to exhale and we're going to open up. So think of opening as far as you can, but don't allow the pelvis to move this time. And come down. So we want to be nice and static here. Just let the leg move within the hip socket. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time. Lift and lower. Well done. Come over and let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we've got our elbow down, we're lifting here, hand here to keep everything nice and still. Exhale as you open, inhale down. So you're opening as far as you can. It doesn't matter how far that is. Yeah, there's no right or wrong, it's whatever your body is able to do. This is number 3. And down. 4. And down. 5 and down. Well done. Now you're going to turn onto your front because we're going to work on mobilizing the back. I'm just adjusting my hair. There we go. Okay, so down onto your front, and we're going to build on what we did yesterday. So we've got our elbows bent and we want to make sure we're relaxed in the neck muscles. So you widen your hands as much as you need to feel your neck muscles relaxing. You don't want to feel any tension here. Feet are a little bit wider. And then what we're going to do is take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just pull the tummy in away from the mat. And we're going to try and hold a little bit of that. Say 30% hold on the tummy now. Now you're going to breathe in and you're going to start to lift your chest up until you feel the weight on your ribs. Make sure you're not reaching your chin out. So think of chin, if anything, slightly tucked. And then from there, you're going to exhale, push into your hands and start to lift up. Now you may not go all the way, that's fine. Just go as far as your back is comfortable going because we're trying to mobilize the spine. And this, you know, it could be very stiff in the morning. I know I am. And then you're going to come back down onto the elbows first and then all the way down. So we breathe in to lift up till we feel the weight on the hands. We breathe out, press into the hands, keep the tummy pulling in to protect the back, and then lifting up. Eye line will be straight ahead if you're all the way up. Lower down onto the elbows, and then all the way down. Again, inhale up to the elbows. Exhale, continue your journey to wherever your back can go to. Inhale, back down to the elbows. Exhale, low. I think we have 2 left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. From there, hands underneath. Come on up, and we're going to come into our kneeling position. So just here where we are, we're going to press the floor away with the hands. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale, pull the tummy muscles in, tucking under. Let the head drop down. We're going to inhale, reaching out in the opposite direction. Now I want you to rotate your head to the right and back to center and to the left and back to center. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the tummy muscles in, rounding the lower back, going into your cat stretch. Inhale, uncurling that spine, lengthening and pressing the floor away with your hands. So we're going into a little back extension. Now turn your head to the right and center, left and center. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the tummy muscles in, tucking under. Give yourself a good stretch. And reaching back the other way. Good. Turning the head to the right and center, left and center. Again, exhale, tucking under. Inhale, return. Head turns to the right and center, left and center. Last one, tucking under. Inhale back. Turn the head right and center, left and center. Well done. Tuck the toes under. Walk the hands back towards the knees, pushing onto the feet. Okay, have your hands on the outside of the legs there. And then from here, we're going to start to bring our heels down. So our legs are going to straighten a little, but don't fully straighten them. Just let the body hang now. Let the arms go. Let them just hang forward. That's it. And then we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale, pull the tummy muscles in. Slowly coming all the way up. Now take a deep breath in. We're going to roll back down. So chin to the chest, tummy muscles pulling in, knees bend, articulating that spine all the way down. Inhale, exhale, unrolling the spine to come back up. Let's just do that one more time. Deep breath in, exhale, chin to the chest, rolling down. Inhale. Exhale, slowly, uncurling the spine, coming up, and then facing me if you're not already. You're going to take a deep breath in, lift the arms up. Exhale, big stretch out to the side. Good. Inhale up. Feel free to separate those fingers so you're stretching out through the hands and the wrists as well. Last one, inhale. Exhale, all the way down. And there you are. That is your session for today. See how quick it goes? Well done, everyone. That was day 3 of our 7-day Pilates challenge, and our focus today was mobility. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more comfortable in your body. Please do press that like button and please do subscribe. And if you can, share this with friends or family members or a Facebook group you may have, because I would love to really grow our community even more this year. So there are more of us working out together every week. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Take care. Well done for turning up today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Well done, everyone. Yes, I am still here because this is actually a live stream broadcast. So I'm just going to, you'll see this is me being me with my paperwork, all the plans that I've made for you guys this year. So I'm just going to quickly focus. So I'm going to be on the chat for the next 5-ish minutes if anyone's got any questions. But just to give you a heads up what's coming. So tomorrow, it's currently today on the live broadcast, it's Wednesday, so tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be broadcasting live at 10 a.m. Okay, so that's really the normal time for a morning broadcast, so 10 a.m. tomorrow. And tomorrow the focus is going to be breath. And the reason I'm going to do that, we're going to be doing lots of exercises, don't worry, but the focus will be breath, because I know that this is often a stumbling block for a lot of people, is how to breathe, when to breathe in, when to breathe out, etc. And so I thought, well, let's spend 20 minutes just doing the exercises, but really focusing on the breath control, the breath awareness, all of which is really going to help your body. So that's what's coming tomorrow. And thank you for joining me. I know lots of you are doing every day this week live, so well done for doing that. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm going to run through the chat now, so if you've got any questions, pop them in now, because once I get to the bottom, I shall close the live stream for today. So I just want to say well done to everyone today who turned up and did this live. Excellent work. Hello to Elaine McShane. Good morning, Elaine. First on the chat today. Absolutely lovely to see you. And so glad you're enjoying this start to our new year. I wanted to keep things really easy and gentle and encouraging for you in January, because I know there's a lot of kind of negative stuff out there about having to get fit, lose weight, etc., and I just want to just bat all that aside, because that is all inconsequential. If you move every day, all of those things will happen anyway. But what I want to do is to help you develop that healthy habit of doing a little bit of movement every day. And as you can see, you can do a lot in 20 minutes. So if 20 minutes is all you've got, that is completely fine. If you can move every day, I want to really encourage you to do that. If you can do 20 minutes of Pilates every day, fantastic. If your schedule or your life is so busy it doesn't allow for that, you want to be aiming for 4 times a week. That should be your goal. Now, 2 of those days could be a weekend day if you've got really busy work lives. But try and aim, excuse me, for 4 times a week, or as close to that as you can. And of course, those of you that do every day, wonderful. On the days where you can't exercise or do your Pilates because of your lifestyle, think about what you could do as an alternative just to keep moving, which could be, you know, walking part of the way to your work, or if you're dropping off kids at nursery, you know, walking rather than driving. See what you can do to increase your activity level on the days that you can't actually fit in Pilates. So for example, with me, obviously I have a dog, so I'm very lucky in that respect. Not only is she adorable, but she needs walking. So every day I walk her for an hour, and that's part of my activity. So I want to encourage you to think about doing Pilates every day if you can, but also how you could increase your activity a little bit more. Now, here in the UK, the weather is appalling at the moment. I know the whole of Europe is very, very cold. We've got lots of storms. We've got snow, we've got ice, we've got all that kind of stuff. So obviously be safe. But maybe there's, you know, maybe there is some way you can incorporate a little bit more. Maybe you're working from home, but you could work up, you know, part of your day you could do standing. You could put your computer higher up or use a standing desk and do some of your work standing up rather than sitting down. That's another option for you. Anyway, moving on. Hello to Sarah Runnacles. Good morning, Sarah. Thank you very much indeed for your donation. I really do appreciate that. Good morning to Jasmine. Lovely to see you, Jasmine, who says, hi, Rachel and fellow Pilatesers. I love that expression. Looking forward to class. Good morning to Barbara Matthias. Hello, Barbara. Lovely to see you. Or B, I know you are B, aren't you? I can see you've written that at the end. Really glad you could be here live. I hope you enjoyed the session. Hello to Leslie Martin. Good morning to you, Leslie. Lovely to see you here today. Hopefully you're getting well prepared for going back to your in-person classes next week or later in the week. I can't remember when you do it. Hello to Caro Trike. Good morning. Lovely to see you again today. I know you were on the chat yesterday. Morning to Caro says, thank you, breathing is much easier today, flu recovery. Oh, I'm really glad that breathing's improved for you. Martine de Kerpel says, hello. Jasmine says, I just realized how much this is doing for my hamstrings. They feel like zing, yay. Really glad to hear that. So you see, Jasmine, that just doing that little bit every day makes such a difference to our bodies. Leslie says, lovely start to the day. Thank you very much. Just about to donate on Ko-fi. Thank you so much, Leslie. If any of you out there are able to donate for today's class on Ko-fi, I would so appreciate the support and the help because this channel is completely funded by you and by me. So if you donate to me, you are keeping this channel going. You're enabling me to keep creating, which is getting harder and harder these days to make a living doing this. So any donations you can give would be so appreciated. Good morning to C. Simmons. Lovely to see you again. C says, loved it again and so glad to be managing it every day so far. You're doing brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly, all of you. Hello to Jane Bazant. Hi to you, Jane. It says, great, thank you. Great start to the day. 20 minutes is doable. Exactly. 20 minutes is all you need. Sarah Runacle says, very much enjoying these sessions. Yeah, we've got a new sort of, I'm doing a kind of a new focus this year, just to kind of bring you into all the different elements of Pilates. Diane McFadden, good morning to you. Diane says, thanks again for this lovely class. My builder's early start helped me to be ready for this earlier class. Learning about the breathing will definitely be helpful. Oh, I'm really glad to hear that, Diane. So I look forward to helping you with that tomorrow. Sarah says, I'm struggling with Ko-fi donations, must be my tablet, hence the payment here. Sorry, I do prefer Ko-fi. Don't worry, Sarah. Any donation, any which way is great, so thank you. I've got AF3914 who says, morning everyone. Thanks, Rachel, enjoyed this. Adapted for my knee and hip arthritis. Should I push through the discomfort I feel or stop? I tend to push through. Okay, so a great question for you. Now, there's different ways you can look at this, but I think when you have knee and hip arthritis, obviously there is a lot of pain because arthritis is that sort of wearing down of the joints and bones get closer together and then they start rubbing and that causes the pain. Now, in terms of pushing through pain, with what we did today was really about mobilizing the joints. So there was no impact in the joints. But if you've got arthritis, I have a little bit of arthritis in my lower back. It can feel a bit uncomfortable. For me, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't term mine as pain, I would term it as discomfort. But one of the things arthritis does is it makes you feel stiffer. It stiffens the body and it can be quite painful. And that's why, in answer to your question, AF3914, I think it's important to be able to move. So with arthritis, because the bones are getting closer together and you have discomfort, most people will want to move less. And by moving less, the muscles waste and therefore there's less support for the area where the arthritis is. So it's not that I want to encourage you to really go for it and push through pain and it's excruciating. But what I would say is what we were doing today was a very safe movement method, ideal for arthritis. I mean, if you look at any arthritis organization, I think we had Arthritis UK, it's now called Versus Arthritis, but if you look at all the guidelines, they all say Pilates is very, very good for arthritis. It's important to move. So I would say, as long as you're not doing a high impact work, which of course Pilates is not, it's fine if things are a bit uncomfortable. What I'd like to ask you is, did it get easier with the movement? All right, because that's something to think about. With arthritis, for example, when you get up in the morning, it can often be quite uncomfortable, quite painful, but most people find within 20 minutes or a couple of hours of moving around, everything eases. And that's a prime example. The movement is the key. So I would say keep moving, but stay away from high impact work. Pilates is ideal. It's low impact, very, very good for helping you mobilize the body when you have arthritis. Jeanette J says, morning. Sorry, I've just lost it. Jeanette J says, morning, such a great pace and reminder to do each move thoroughly and with strength. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. So with that, it's time to go, everyone. Thank you for being here today. If you are doing the challenge live, I'll be back at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's Thursday. Okay, and we're going to focus on moving but using the breath, and I'm going to teach you more about the breath work tomorrow. All right, so take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. If you are in Europe and it's icy, please be careful out there. Don't want anybody falling over. All right, take care of yourselves, stay warm, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.